What's up, everybody? Today it's raining. It's a little bit chilly. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday afternoon, and we have been got a little situation on the mill. The cam roller bearings on the bottom of the mill has went bad. So Friday we're milling, okay, and we're going down through here. We're milling, and it's like the mill head wouldn't go, just binding up. Okay, I thought maybe I was in a hard knot or something on the wood, but I kept really noticing that, like, no, something's wrong. So I come out of the wood and picked the head up, and we just had it set to a normal speed and just let it go on its own completely. Took my hands off of it completely. It would go, stop, go another foot, stop. You almost had to push it to get it to go. So we started going through, making sure it wasn't the belt on the drive motor. We checked all the other things that we thought it could be. Come to find out, it's this little thing right here. There's 3 of them on the mill. There's 1 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Well, naturally, the 1 on the bottom is bad. And the way we figured that out was Matthew laid underneath the mill as I was on top, was making it go forward. And this thing, it rests on the rail, and this thing right here would stop turning and just slide on the rail. So we knew that was our problem. So we called Woodmizer. It seems to us, now y'all may be different, we're in North Carolina, but it seems to us Georgia's Woodmizer, their guys down there, their guys and gals do a really good job. They're very knowledgeable. So we called Georgia, and they said they got us some coming. So ordered them on Friday, and they was here on Monday afternoon. So Woodmizer's a good company. Things go wrong, but we're gonna fix it. And we figured we'd film it because Matthew looked on YouTube, and there is not one single video of this cam roller being replaced on a LT35 Woodmizer. So y'all come along with us.
The Woodmizer, there's 3 cam roller bearings on the Woodmizer. There's actually 5, but there's 3 small ones and 2 big ones. There's a big one that runs right here that keeps it upright, or it keeps it on this rail right here. And then there's 2 small ones. One's right here and one's over there in that section. Let me show it to you. One is also right here. Also another big one, and one pressed up against this right here. So the mill has 3, and like Cody said, the one on the bottom went bad, naturally. So let me show you what it looks like underneath before we change it out, and then we'll show you how we're planning on changing it out. So we're under the mill right now, and if you can place it, here's the belt where the belt goes. Here's the motor that pulls the mill down and forward. Here's the bottom of this cam roller. Can I borrow that you got in your hand? Okay, so here it is right here. This is it. If you can see it up in there, it's it right there. So it goes on just like this. And it's gonna come down and bolt right on. Right up in there. Now, the tricky part is getting that one out, because you can see right there, there's an Allen head, as on this one, right there. So there's Allen's head on that one as well. But if you can see, there ain't no room, maybe a 1/4 inch from the top of that to this frame. So what's got to happen is, this bracket right here is it's held on, bolted on the tower right here. That tower goes all the way up through there. That everything's held on to basically, with 8 bolts, 4 on each side. So we got to take this tower off, this bracket off the tower, I'm sorry, and then change it as it's off. But before that happens, this bracket right here has to come off of this bracket, because this one is bolted to this one right here. So that's what's got to happen, and we're gonna see if it'll work. We honestly don't know, but we're gonna give it the best shot. In our opinion, that's what needs to happen. So let's dig into it. Now, as Cody continues to remove bolts, I'm gonna continue to
first off, PPE, because sawdust for some reason always around this sawmill. I don't know what it is, but it gets in your eyeballs, especially when you land underneath it. Down here in the muck and the mire.
Yeah, we got some rain coming in next.
Wrong way, dummy.
It's there too. It's gonna be wet up in this joint. Yeah, there's the bolts up in there. Probably hard to get to.
They are. Nice loose.
Loosen up. And most nuts and bolts are the nuts, lock nuts, because all the vibration. PPE, everybody.
Oh.
Prefer the ones that suck to your face a little bit. Now, as I lay under here and watch Cody work, gonna give a little information on Woodmizer. You might have seen videos on YouTube about people replacing parts and stuff on Woodmizer sawmills. Well, Woodmizer, in mine and Cody's opinion, is the best sawmill out there.
Hands down. Hands down.
Not because we own one, but because we'd believe it if we didn't own one. But just because things go wrong and things do break down in these sawmills don't mean they're bad sawmills. It just means they're being used. Because there's so many moving parts on this machine, it is crazy. So many things got to happen at once to make this thing work. So that's why, I mean, this ain't nothing happened. That's nothing wrong, nothing nobody done. This is just wear and tear. Just wear and tear, like changing the belt on your old truck if you have to do that. Same thing. So don't let this video discourage you and say, Matt, I ain't buying a Woodmizer because I don't want to change that bearing. Well, these happen.
Stay home and stay in the bed then.
Yeah, just stay in the bed. Because really, a lot of maintenance to be done on these machines. And that's the way with every Woodmizer or sawmill out there. Something else gotta happen, I need to mention before. If you see this, if you remember telling y'all guys, this bracket is gonna be loose from that bracket. This bracket is what holds your motor on, that runs your chain. And it's right up in there. Can't really see it too well, I apologize. I should get a light, I reckon. But with that being said, you need to loosen up the chain back there on the end of your frame. So that way, it's not in a bind when it comes off. I forgot to have a light for this thing. I've been wanting to use this forever. There's that chain you can see. The teeth are right here. That the motor turns, or the motor turns this belt, the belt turns the teeth that rolls on this chain. That up there, it goes up and over, so you can see if this chain was tight, it would slap down on us. That's why we loosen the chain. Cody still does the work. Slow and steady wins the race. It is used for about 6 or 5. I don't have a clue.
It's 345.
345. So it ain't like this is using our time to make money. It's just evening work, I guess. Something else you got to do that I need to mention. It's very, very important. This should be on the front of the video. I apologize, but you need to put the mill to change the bottom one. I'm not sure about the top two or the top any of them because we haven't got there yet. But to change the bottom cam roller that we're changing, you need to put the mill in the travel position on the pin and lift this mill down. Bring the pressure off of the mill, because that bottom roller that Cody's changing right now is what holds this whole head from falling over. So get the pressure off of it and bring it down. So that way the pressure's off the bottom. Alright, so number one, get the pressure off the mill with a travel pin. Number two, loosen your chain. Then start changing getting that bracket off. So if you're watching this, please watch all this video before you start, because we don't do things in order. Of course not. All right, all bolts are off, and this is loose. You can see here, it's got a little moving room, but it's also bolted up here, right there. So it can't, this right here, all this motor housing, we just learned that it cannot fall on you because it's bolted up in here, so that's good.
Got a little play with it.
Got a little play, but now this is loose. Now this is gonna be tight coming off this tower, but it's loose. All right, Cody, give it a wiggle. Watch your finger.
I can't, man. I'm in a bad position here. With the camera anyway.
All right, as y'all can see now, it's getting kind of dark. So, just for the record, it does take a little bit of doing to get that off, but this bracket will come off.
Okay, so this right here is a 15/16
for the back of the nut.
And see, up underneath there, that's what you was seeing. You was seeing that.
Yeah, right there.
Looks very simple to take off, right? When you do this,
the top roll.
This turns.
Yeah.
So you gotta have the Allen.
What's your Allen size, you know?
5/16.
5/16 Allen and a
15/16.
15/16 socket. And that's all it is to it, right there.
But Woodmizer was telling us to jack the other end of the head up, like pick it up.
Yeah, get on the angle.
But I personally, I mean, this thing was, there ain't no way. There was no way. And I'm assuming that's what this bracket's for.
Yeah, there's a reason why this bracket bolts off like it did. And it was hard, but it wasn't the end of the world, by no means.
You don't feel terrible.
I feel metal though, I feel grinded.
Yeah.
That's good, hold up.
Put that.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hold off.
What we do?
Yeah, this bolts, another one bolts right back up on there.
These bearings, rollers, $100 for all three of them.
Yeah, $100. $101 what Woodmizer cost.
Like I said, he got here, ordered it Friday afternoon. It was here Monday afternoon.
Yeah, they said it would take 2 days, but it come in one, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
Now, Cody, did you just snug that right there?
I just snugged it.
So the other one was just snug too, right?
It wasn't real tight.
Okay.
Might put the cohesive on it.
Well, put a little more oomph on it and see how that roller turns. That's how the roller turns.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So in other words, no matter how tight you go with this, that will not. Like,
Yeah.
You're not gonna winch that down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now it's just putting it back on. That didn't take a minute to change. What took the hardest time is getting it off. But if that takes, now we know what we're doing. That won't take nowhere near as much time. So I mean, you know, we've been at this now for what? 45 minutes, probably.
45 minutes.
I mean, put it back on, another 45, hour and a half. That's not bad.
And I tell you one thing. I can't tell you where I live, but my house ain't far from here. And I see my wife just got home. It's gonna be supper time before long. Start smelling it.
I'm gonna film this as Cody slides that back up on there, and we'll see how good it goes. It wasn't too tight on the tower, but
it wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Thing is, getting all the bolts off.
When you're doing some work like this, if you like us price boys, get you a magnetic bowl, because I promise you one thing: if we didn't have that, these bolts would have been up here at the house by now.
Yeah, it'd be scattered from here to
It'd be scattered everywhere. Let me clean this sawdust up there. Oh, there's sharp burrs right there.
Sharp burrs.
I ain't got no gloves on.
Gloves would be nice.
Yeah, gloves would be nice. They up there in the truck and it's raining.
I ain't getting those. I think it's gonna rain a half inch in 30 minutes. Just like that. Now we got bolted back on.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done. Well, we'll be back with you in just a minute. Let's get the boat started.
See you in about 2 hours.
All right, so as you can see, it's almost dark. Cody cleaned the tool set up here, and we got the old Milwaukee light out, and it probably took about 30 minutes to put that back on. So all in all, what? About an hour and a half job?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. It can be done though. It's not too bad, but don't forget, put the head on the travel pin, release that pressure, loosen the chain up, and you may have to loosen up this bolt. Let me show you right here.
So here's the motor right here. So this is the bracket, and you can see that's part of the bracket right there. But this is the bracket that's on bolted together with that bracket we just took off. There's a bolt that holds the other side of this bracket on the motor mount over here. You may have to loosen that one up to give it some play, but it's not hard, and all this is snapping back up. It's all back like it should be. tight as we can get them, because it is holding the head of the mill up.
But again, now we should be good to lift this up.
But now I got to tighten the chain back up. After that, it should be good to go.
Now I was told by Woodmizer, when you tighten your chain back up,
To put the chain, now this is on the LT35, about in the middle toward the lower end of this cap right here. That's right under your warning sign here. That's what I was told by Woodmizer. You can see it's not quite the middle, a little bit lower. They said that's where that chain needs to run when the mill is back toward the hydraulic controls. All right, give her a run down the head of run down the rail. See what happens. Oh, let's see.
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
Now we hadn't done this yet.
No.
We did bring it back, but we haven't brought it that way yet.
Speed about halfway.
Halfway. Oh, that's pretty. It sounds better too.
Sounds good.
Now, guys, we ain't lying, y'all. It was stopping.
We should have filmed that.
Yeah, we should have filmed how it was doing before, because that's a world of difference. Oh, it sounds better? Wow. Good deal. Yeah, it would stop from here to here. It would stop probably 4 or 5 times. You had to just push it. Even with not even cutting anything.
well, I think that's it for us on this video. I hope that made sense, because I think that would be a useful video for the on changing the rollers or the bearing. Again, that is changing the cam roller bearing, it is called.
On the bottom.
On the bottom.
The bottom roller. The hardest one.
Oh, yeah, the hardest one. Well, the most dangerous one that coats the mill up. But it's a whole nother deal, changing the other ones, but that'll be on a later date, hopefully. Another couple years we'll change those. But thank you guys for watching. I hope it's helped you out. See y'all.
See y'all.